Hey everybody, my name is Michael Reyes and I am a licensed realtor here in the state of California, and I've been going over some tips for home sellers, people who are looking to sell here specifically in Silicon Valley. I have with me an article written by CNBC at the beginning of October of 2023, and that was the title of their article: Mortgage Rates Races Towards 8% After Hitting a High Not Seen Since Late 2000. Listen, there's a lot of doom and gloom out there. People saying the economy's in the tank and this, and that. So home sellers many times are afraid to pull the trigger because they think they're not going to get a good price for their home. And the only people selling are the ones that, really are being forced to sell. Others would like to make the move, but are thinking it's not a good time. Let me read some of this article for you guys. Check this out. The average rate on the popular 30-year fixed mortgage rose to 7.72% on Tuesday, according to the Mortgage News Daily. This has not been seen since the late 2000s, and it's been the highest. At the beginning of this year, the 30-year fixed rate dropped to about 6%, causing a brief burst of activity in the spring housing market, but it began rising steadily again over the summer, causing sales to drop despite strong demand. The current trend appears to be even higher, with the possibility of rates crossing over 8%. The Fed did not raise interest rates 2 weeks ago, but indicated the possibility of another hike this year and fewer cuts than expected next year. Investors were waiting to see the result of economic data in the first week of October. It's now the first week, and the data has been stronger. This morning, job openings and labor turnovers is the biggest, baddest confirmation so far this week, and it's pushing yields to a fresh long-term highs. Pretty simple stuff, actually, even unpleasant, unfortunate for fans of low interest rates. Higher rates have crushed affordability, hitting both new and existing home sale markets. While builders have been benefiting from the tight supply of existing homes for sale, higher mortgage rates are a major concern now. Builder sentiment slipped into a negative territory in September for the first time in 5 months. To put rates in perspective, for a borrower purchasing a $400,000 home with a 20% down payment on a 30-year fixed loan, the monthly payment today is about $930 more than it was when rates were at 3% during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Listen, you guys, this is a national article discussing what's happening nationally, and obviously it has a tilt towards a negative view on the economy and what's happening. And listen, that's true. Higher interest rates always slow things down, especially on a national perspective. And however, if you are thinking about selling here in the Silicon Valley, here is the reason you need to pay attention to what is happening in your area as opposed to the national numbers. We just sold a home with 25 offers, and we sold $500,000 above asking. Sold another home with 13 offers, and we sold $150,000 over asking. We sold another home with 11 offers, and that one again over asking. I forget the exact amount. And all those right here in Silicon Valley. Multiple offers, hundreds of people coming clamoring to get into these homes. I wish I had a video to show you guys right now so you could just see how many people were lined up. One of the houses, I had people lined up from the front door through the driveway onto the sidewalk. I mean, it was a zoo. It's because our localized market, we have so much money right here in Silicon Valley. The first-time buyer are people who are making $300,000, $400,000 a year, and they're working at a tech company, and it's a husband and wife, and they're both working and they're making great money. Now, that's the first-time buyer. Second-time buyers have a home to sell. They have great stock options. They've got great, income, and they're looking for the next bigger and better home. And the other main thing to keep in mind here in the Silicon Valley, we do not have new inventory. There is no builder out here building hundreds and hundreds of brand new single-family homes. It's just not happening. We're pretty much landlocked, tapped out, unless local cities and counties give permission to start building up in more in the foothills, more in the foothills and places like that. And so listen, if you are thinking about selling, if you're on the fence and you're looking at these national articles like the CNBC article that I just read, it is important to understand what's going on in the nation. But even in 2007, 2008, what was happening nationally as the national, a norm was not happening in every single market, in every single city around the nation. Okay, it just meant that the majority of the nation, which is over 50% or more, was experiencing, that decline. But there were still markets that were selling on time and selling for good prices for various reasons. And so when it comes to the housing market here in the Bay Area, we really have to pay attention to what is happening here, how many homes do we have for sale, the absorption rate, and the buyer pool. Are our buyers being decimated by these interest rates? No, we had way too many buyers when the interest rates were super low. And now there are still many buyers clamoring to get homes even at these crazy interest rates because we have so many people that can afford it, right? And that's the main thing. Listen, we saw the headlines in regards to Google laying off tens of thousands of people, Facebook laying off tens of thousands of people. There was no big tech company out here that didn't feel it, right? And so right here in the Silicon Valley, the headquarters of most of these big companies, laying off tens of thousands of people and interest rates rising. And here we are a year later, and we are still moving along, getting myself 25 offers on one property, 13 offers on another property, hundreds of thousands of dollars over asking. And I'll even say this, I had an expectation of a home in San Jose. I told the seller, who was a licensed real estate agent, by the way, she hired us, decided to use our team because of our system. But I told her I would get her $2 million for that home. I would get $2 million. And she did not believe that we would be able to get $2 million with our system. She knew our system was great, but she thought $2 million was just, she said if we got her $2 million, she would give us a bonus. Well, lo and behold, we were able to work it and get $2.1 million. This is September of 2023. Listen, I'm not talking January when interest rates were lower. I'm not talking some last year. This is just a month. We just closed on it maybe like 3 weeks ago from the recording of this video. So listen, if you're planning on selling and you're buying into this doom and gloom stuff and you're holding out, hoping that maybe in the next 12 months things will get better. Listen, we do not know. I don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what interest rates will end up doing. But I do know what is happening right now in the Silicon Valley if you take the right approach to selling your home. My team is having success doing it. And so my suggestion would be, listen, stay up to date with what's going on nationally and make sure to know, what's going on locally, which is more important if you are deciding to make a move. What is happening in your neighborhood? What is the activity? How many offers are homes getting? How aggressive are people being? Yes, what is the first place offer? That's going to be the sold price if there's a home in your neighborhood. But then if you can do your homework and find out what was second place in that neighborhood, that's a very, very big indicator as well, where we do our homework on as well. If we were to provide you with a home evaluation, we do that hard work for you where, listen, I know that you just closed on this property, Mr. Realtor, but what was the second place offer? And man, if we start hearing over and over again that second place was $200,000 less, $150,000 less, $300,000 less, it was a big gap. Then it's like, okay, I know what's coming. And if my sellers want to beat that, hey, we need to get on right away. Or if they need more time, here's the proper expectation, because second place over here was this, second place over there was this. So guess what's coming? Here's some foresight for you, right? So stay up to date with your local market, which is more important than what's happening nationally when you are actually preparing your home for sale. Listen, if you find this video helpful, feel free to check out the rest of our channel, any of the other videos, subscribe and like this video, subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other helpful tips that we have for home sellers. And if you're looking to sell your home here in the Silicon Valley, you can call, text, or DM us anytime with the number that you see on the screen, and we'll get back to you right away.